Well, Cocoa Bay Towers is part of the Cocoa Bay development, which is the biggest development of its type in Southeast Asia. The master developer is Empire Group, who have already built the most beautiful resort, Naman Retreat. It's probably one of the best resorts in Southeast Asia, winning numerous awards. So we know that Empire Group, when they complete a product, they've already got a finished product for us to examine, and it is part of the Cocoa Bay development on the beachfront. Now, Cocoa Bay is the most ambitious development in the most ambitious city in what I would say is the most ambitious country in the world. Ocean View is not only a good partner for an investor, it's a good partner for a developer, because we have been very lucky and privileged to be in a position where we actually sat and was a very small, integral part of watching a whole city grow. That is now the undisputed hub of its whole region, Dubai. And we was at the very first launches of the very first buildings. So we've been through the whole process, and we know the pros and cons, and we know what mistakes can be made by the investors, and we know what mistakes, we know what can go wrong, because we invested ourselves heavily. So when you lose money, like we got through the crisis, but we learned a lot through the crisis, as most of the world did. We can bring that to the table in Da Nang, and we can discuss with our investors, because there are a lot, even though it's a totally different country, totally different culture, it's still the same goal, to build a trading hub of the region. And Da Nang, as Bloomberg said, is set to become the Singapore of Vietnam. So it is a very similar concept. This is not a holiday home, Koh Samui type area. This is a city with the third biggest port, one of the biggest trading cities in an area that they actually call the crossroads of Asia, central Vietnam. And they are looking to build, and I actually think that they've taken the best out of Dubai and the best out of Singapore and the best out of these cities that have now emerged and completed and proven to be what they visualised, and they're putting it into Cocoa Bay. If you're selling real estate to people, especially in an emerging market, you have to believe in and be passionate about what you're selling. Or the savvy investor, he knows if you're selling him something just to make money, or if you really believe in what you're selling. And if you believe in what you're selling, you have to do a lot of due diligence before you spend your own money. It's a lot easier to spend other people's money than your own money. And when people meet me, they will see that I've been on this for 3 years, and I've studied this for 3 years, and I've watched Cocoa Bay sell so many units and sell out buildings within weeks. And I've watched this before I've decided to bring it to market. I have been through a crisis. I've been through scenarios where investors have invested hundreds of millions of dollars and lost their money in previous markets. In the crisis of the world, that everybody lost money. But our job is to make people money. That is where the relationship, where the bonds come together. Once people make money together, then 9 times out of 10, they will stick with you, and the relationship will carry on for a decade or more until the city has emerged, and then the opportunities and the yield is probably not as attractive to the early investor. Because that is what we find exciting, and that is where we can guarantee the maximum returns to whoever has the courage to invest at this stage.